So recently some shocking allegations have come out about the Undertale fan game FloweyTale, and we're here to talk about all of it. But first, hey, I'm Sorrow. I'm head composer at Undertale Blue, and I've been through a lot of fan game drama, but I've been through nothing like this. Stay tuned, y'all. Now, I thought we got kicked off by the post that Master Mose made just 10 hours ago, where he made the claim that he was kicked off for false allegations of AI by the FloweyTale dev team. Now, the post has been deleted, so I can't tell you exactly what it said, but I can give you the breakdown. And one of the things that it mainly included was the screenshots I'll show now. Now, I want to say first and foremost that if you didn't see those screenshots well enough, that you should go back and read every single one of them, as it's key to understanding the reaction that the community initially had to them. I also want to give my verbal thanks to FloweyTale for being so understanding and being open to show what could be very damaging screenshots. I want to make a note of it now that I really disapprove of the subreddit deleting this post. It's important, it needed to be there for context, and removing it removes a lot of the power and impact of revealing what exactly happened and makes the timeline much more muddled. Nevertheless, we shall continue. Now, when these allegations first dropped, the community's reaction was apocalyptic, to say the least. At least, especially for the FloweyTale team. People called FloweyTale a mafioso. They said that the tactics seemed like that of a mafia person, and that these were not the words of somebody who was a professional developer, and somebody who could be trusted. They also criticized the perceived lack of evidence that really proved that these allegations were true, and to that end, they are certainly right, at least as far as what Master Mose knew. They did not provide him with a significant amount of evidence that would have proven that they knew or did not know, or however they had any conclusion about what had occurred. And because of that, they got vociferously hated on. Now, Cappy on the team, who is one of the PR members, who really had tried to handle the situation the best as possible, got relentlessly attacked for it. And I do want to say that I don't like the fact that he was attacked for it. I think that it was very much not appropriate, and that they were simply doing and trying to correct some errors or some misconceptions that were going on, and were getting vociferously hated for it, which I completely disagree with. Nevertheless, the team's handling situation was just awful, and I think even they will admit that. If you go on their Discord, which I'm on, I'll freely admit, they have made it clear that their initial response was based on panic, based on fear. It was not well timed or well coordinated, and because of that, it really did sour a lot of people to what could potentially be convincing evidence. Now, when FloweyTale got online, they made a response to the original post. Now, by this point, the original post had been deleted, but they still felt the need to address this, for obvious reasons. In their post, they outlined a series of things that they used to justify the conclusion that it's AI. They list things like the MIDIs being weird in terms of how they don't, at least to them, don't really match what is in the actual audio, that there was generally poor quality, that it took immense amounts of time for them to respond to anybody on the team, things of that nature. Now, this post was not unanimously liked. In fact, there was quite a bit of skepticism to it. He was criticized really relentlessly for his attitude, for what was seen as some as flimsy evidence, and for not fully coming out earlier with this kind of information. However, there are those that believe that the evidence he provided here has shown, at least to them, that the allegations are not true. At the end of the day, the situation is ongoing, and waiting to see if Master Mose makes a response to this. But we can tell you one thing: the community has certainly responded. Within the original post being made, in the surrounding hours, there have been 3 posts that have gotten more than 100 upvotes on the Reddit. One of those was a meme, making fun of if Moist Critical talked about the video, and the other was a response. And there's a few that are trying to clear up, in their own terms, unofficially, what happened. In short, a situation that is very much contentious, that is very much in question, and at the moment, we're still waiting for the final resolution of it. We can say right now that it is not looking very good for the FloweyTale team, no matter if the allegations are true or not. Now, before I end up, I do want to say that the conduct of the team at times has been incredibly unprofessional and has been sloppy. However, they have shown that they can be open, honest, and can articulate themselves well. At the end of the day, they're just people working on a fan project. So no matter how you feel about them, they aren't horrible people, they aren't the villains, and they aren't evil people. They're people who have made mistakes and have done some pretty shady and weird things. But at the end of the day, like anybody else, just like Mo is a person like anybody else, so don't go harass these people or attack them or anything of that sort. Anyways, that's all I have for you today, so